are few mysteries in American history as legendary as the one I'm about to tell you. A story of a man who vanished into thin air with $200,000 in cash, leaving behind nothing but whispers of his name and a trail of unanswered questions. This is the tale of D.B. Cooper, the man who pulled off the most audacious heist in the sky and disappeared forever. It was November the 24th, 1971, Thanksgiving Eve. The country was preparing for a quiet holiday, but one man had something far more daring in mind. In Portland, Oregon, a quiet, unassuming man in a black suit, white shirt, and a skinny black tie walked into the airport. He carried nothing but a briefcase. He bought a one-way ticket on Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 to Seattle, Washington. His name, he said, was Dan Cooper. Little did anyone know, he was about to become one of the most infamous criminals in American history. Cooper sat calmly in his seat, like any other passenger, but this flight was about to take a terrifying turn. Mid-flight, Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant. She thought it was just another businessman flirting with her and didn't even look at it. Cooper leaned in and whispered the words that would change everything. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note claimed that the briefcase beside him was loaded with explosives. Cooper opened it just enough to reveal red cylinders, enough to make her blood run cold. But Cooper wasn't after violence. He was a man with a plan, and his demands were simple. $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck waiting in Seattle to refuel the plane. The pilot relayed the demands to air traffic control, and soon the FBI was in motion. As Flight 305 circled Seattle, the authorities scrambled to get Cooper everything he wanted. The passengers on the plane had no idea what was happening. To them, it was just a routine flight. But for the crew, the tension was palpable. When the plane landed in Seattle, Cooper's demands were met. He received his ransom money, $200,000 in $20 bills, and the parachutes he'd asked for. In return, Cooper kept his word. He let the passengers go unharmed. But for the flight crew, their ordeal was far from over. Cooper instructed the pilots to fly toward Mexico City, keeping the plane low at around 10,000 feet and at a slow speed. He ordered the remaining crew to stay in the cockpit, locking the door behind them. Then, with the money strapped to his body and the parachutes in hand, Cooper did something no one expected. He opened the rear stairs of the Boeing 727 into the freezing, stormy night sky, and then he jumped. Just like that, with $200,000 in cash, and into the stormy skies over the Pacific Northwest. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, Nevada, D.B. Cooper vanished. Authorities scoured the area where they believed he jumped. The FBI launched one of the most extensive manhunts in history, combing through forests, rivers, and towns. They interviewed thousands of people, chased countless leads, but D.B. Cooper, he was gone, without a trace. No body, no parachute, no money, at least not right away. Years passed. The mystery of D.B. Cooper became folklore, whispered about in bars and among law enforcement. Who was this man? Was he an experienced skydiver, or just a lucky criminal? Did he survive the jump, or did he meet his end in the rugged wilderness below? The case went cold until 1980, when a young boy made a discovery that reignited the legend. While playing along the banks of the Columbia River in Washington, the boy found something shocking. 3 3 bundles of decaying $20 bills. The serial numbers matched the ransom money given to Cooper. It was a major breakthrough, but it raised even more questions than it answered. How did the money get there? And why was it never spent? Despite this discovery, Cooper himself remains a ghost. Over the years, hundreds of suspects have been investigated, including former military personnel, seasoned skydivers, and even a man on his deathbed who claimed to be Cooper himself. But none of the leads ever led to a definitive answer. Some believe Cooper died during the jump, his body lost forever in the dense wilderness of the Pacific Northwest. Others think he survived, living out the rest of his life in secret, quietly enjoying his ill-gotten fortune. The FBI officially closed the case in 2016, but that hasn't stopped amateur sleuths from trying to solve the mystery on their own. The identity of D.B. Cooper, his fate, and the bulk of the ransom money all remain a tantalizing mystery. And so, the legend of D.B. Cooper lives on, a tale of a man who outwitted the system, escaped into the night, and left behind only questions. Was it the perfect crime, or did Cooper meet a far darker end? One thing's for sure, D.B. Cooper's story has become the stuff of legend, and unless the truth is uncovered, he will remain the man who disappeared into the clouds, leaving us all to wonder, where did D.B. Cooper go? If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more about unsolved mysteries, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more spine-chilling tales. Thanks for watching.